Hello, it's Tash Ro. Welcome to or welcome back to It's Saturday, your personal self-care pod where you can escape the work week and unwind with your two besties, no matter what day of the week it is. But for us, it's Saturday. All right, guys. We're joining the Christmas studio. Look at this up. Guys, Farzad printed out these houses, these little houses, these three, but I call it my little Santa village, and he printed a little houses for it. They're so cute. Do you remember a reindeer from last year? We took it out. Even like Farzad was in here before he came downstairs, and I was like, I love these houses. And before I could like continue my son, he's like, do you want one? I want $1 or two. I'm like, dear, funny too. I think his like little obsession right now is just like, if I tell him to print something, he's like so excited. He's like, oh, this 3D printer, like, it's getting it to you. Yo, I'm like, I'm glad they should have put this in Santa house. Are you kidding me? I'm going things now. Like, oh, man, he's so cute. No, like, it's amazing. It honestly brightened up my mood when I got here. So I can't wait to fit in my stuff. Yes. I was supposed to do my trip, but honestly, guys, I caught a little cold. So flu season, it's cold season. Yeah, I woke up. It's so weird. I felt so fine on Sunday. Saw you at brunch. Yep, woke up Monday. Felt like I got hit by a truck. Like I don't know what happened. Had a shitty sleep. Now I'm all stuffed up. Honestly, right now you work with kids too. Like that is so true. Yeah. You're just like getting exposed all the time. My immune system would be like so strong. And it's like I was like, well, if I was sick, I'm like, I got sick after my race. That was the end of September. It's like a month and a half, and I got sick again. Okay. We need to get you some beet propolis, though. No, I know. I just don't live near Kurdish, so I'm being lazy. I'm like, oh, Kurdish is so far from my land. You know, when you go to that healthy planet on Trainier, it's like 5 minutes from me. Freaking Chris. I was like, that Trainier, it's like, oh, I think that done. Okay. We're going to go. Okay, you know how last episode we were talking about brain fog and like, we were just like, oh, it was right after the daylight savings time ended and clocks were set back or whatever. Anyways, I looked into it to figure out, because I honestly felt a little unwell for that first week. Like I felt like really like weird. I didn't understand like the timing. I think it definitely had to do with like the circadian rhythm changing. But yeah, so I looked into it, and apparently that's actually one of the symptoms. So like as like seasonal affective disorder, like we all know about it, SAD, like when the seasons change, like how more likely to be depressed. But with that also comes with like circadian rhythm changes, brain fog, like lack of motivation, and just saying your body is not seeing the sun as much. So it makes sense, honestly. It makes sense. Yeah, it's dark by 4:00. My brain was so scattered last week, and then I still felt fine and felt motivated, and then now that I've gotten sick, now I'm just like, motivation's gone, just like so sluggish, brain fog is continuing. I'm like, yeah, dude. I was being a fan of daylight saving, and then it literally stabbed me in the back. Yeah, like now it made me feel like shit. And now I feel like I wake up and it's like dark, and I'm done work and it's dark. It's like, yeah, that is so tough. I'm so thankful that I get off work at like 3 p.m. because I still have like at least an hour of light. Yeah, I go home and I immediately am like, I'm walking the dog right now, so I could walk him in the daylight. But yeah, people that have to wake up early and they're working past 4 p.m., it's just darkness and darkness. It's darkness. Take your vitamin D, guys. Like that's just a way under. Get an alarm clock that has the sunset alarm or sunrise alarm. Yeah, it's helpful too. Yeah, it's nice to wake up to that. Yeah, but anyway, if you're feeling like crappy, it's not just you, it's everybody. Like, amen. Yeah, that are the days. Oh my God. We had a busy Friday though. We planned a big part of our wedding journey / Italy vacation. Okay, one thing that I don't know if just me, but when it comes to like trip planning, don't you feel like so overwhelmed all the time? Yes. Where you're like, I want to go see Italy, and you're like, I don't know where to start. Like, thank God people sent us some itineraries and we kind of had like an idea of where to go. But man, even with that, it's just like, it was all that was also overwhelming because it's not like we had one or two. We landed like 5. Like we didn't even like look at all of them, run out like much of them. Like we can dive into those first, but like, yeah, super overwhelming. Thankfully, the whole planning committee, but yeah, once we're there, it'll be so nice and so good. This is the hardest part. Like that first initial outline of like where you want to go and what the dates are is literally the hardest part. Yeah, to agree on and like figure out. And then from there, I have like a lot of respect for people who just do these like backpacking trips and they do all these places and like go to all these places, because honestly, like usually when I go on vacation, it's like I go to one place, like, right? And you just and then I go, not like, okay, we're gonna go to this city for 2 days, then we're gonna go to this city, then we're gonna take a boat, then we're gonna take a ferry, then we're gonna take a train, and we're gonna go here, like. Dude, it was reminding me of like when we went to Greece a few years ago, and you need a vacation to vacation after, because it's just like, it's so big, so little. But I think we made a good choice, guys. We're going to end our trip like in one spot, and we're going to chill there for a bit. And I think that will give us like the energy and the reason that we need to come back to our real lives. Exactly. And I think we made a list of, I think anyone trying to plan like a big trip like this, like make a list of like non-negotiables. Like for us, it was like, these are the places we 100% wanted to eat. And then we were able to drop a few places that were like, it's fine, I ate the cut, didn't make it. I'm like, yeah, next time, see you next year. Yeah, and then we went and then we had some brunch with some people, and that was fun on the Sunday. Where'd we go? What is it called? Gilead? No, it's like, come on. Oh, the guy even did Arma. No, like Yichlik, but it's like Jezelik, but in Yichlik, it's Dutch. Canadian contemporary and Dutch. It was cool though. So like their brunch menu is you get to choose 2 dishes and they make their portions a little bit smaller. So like for example, they get the eggs Benedict. So the classic 2 English muffins, you get just 1. So you get to pick a first course and a second course. So I picked that, just salmon eggs Benedict, and then I got a breakfast sandwich with some greens. Both were really good. So good. I got breakfast sandwich and then I got this banana bread French toast. And it's nice for people who like, for breakfast, I'm always like, I want a little sweet, but I also want salty. And then usually places like it's either sweet or salty. This I was like, you can combine though. That's true. I had so much FOMO when I saw your French toast. Like, that's so good. We need to go again. That place. No, we go again. Yeah, our server was so lovely. The location was super cute. I liked that it was like 2 levels too. I love when restaurants are like that, because then I feel like if you go another time and you're upstairs, it's like a completely different vibe. Yeah. That was really good. It was good to hang out with some of the girls and just get a brunch on. Yeah, it reminds me of like what Rio was talking about too. And like when we were having brunch, she was like, what happened to just like calling up your friend and like hanging out for an hour and like go grabbing a coffee? Like I feel like nowadays it's like with our adult friends, it's like, hey, are you free in March? No, truly. It's like, so there's no free weekends, there's no free anything, but sometimes we don't need like a full night with someone or like a full weekend day. Like if I'm like, hey, do you want to hang out on Saturday? And you're like, I'm busy. Like it could just be for 1 hour. We go to homesteads, we walk around, we leave. Like it doesn't need to be a full thing. That sounds so nice. Yeah. Also, it'd be nice to go like most time when I go to homesteads, I while alone. Yeah, because like Matt's not coming. It's just like on the weekend, like okay, I just want to go to homesteads. So like I just text someone like wants to go to homesteads because I need someone to support my addiction. And yeah. I need someone to say yes, but then add to cart. I need someone to say no, Tash, don't do that. And honestly, that's good to go shopping with friends too, because you can ask them like, is this worth it? And sometimes they'll be like, no. Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. I love that. Oh, okay, let's jump into some social side, because there was a hard launch this weekend that I am so on board for. Me too. Alix and Braxton, aka NFL Man, were in the Bahamas together. She planned him a whole trip for his birthday. So cute. How cute. He's on her TikTok. He's on her Instagram. We love him. He's so cute too, because you can tell like they're making content together. She has to make content for her job, and she has to make a lot of videos a day. I was like, yeah, she's making like 5 or 6 videos a day, always filming. So the fact that he was like involved in them and like not getting annoyed, obviously we don't know what happened behind the scenes, but like from what we were able to see, it seemed like he was down for them. And we loved supportive boyfriend too. And they just seem like so silly and just goofy around each other already, which I think is such a good sign. And I guess they've probably been dating now. He just like so romantic. What was it? It was like 36 like roses for 36 weeks. So how many months is that? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 6. It's like 6 to 7 months. That's a decent amount of time that they've been dating. Yeah. They're just like, I find them so cute. And I'm a huge Miami Dolphins fan. So, fins up. Okay, wait, you have to talk about how you made like some bed or like I know, but okay, this is all the notes, guys. Yeah, listen to this. So Matt like bets on sports sometimes, nothing like crazy cool, like bet like $4 on like something, nothing crazy yet. And on Sunday he was like, okay, like do you want to pick like we had to pick one or two teams for like these 5 different games, like who's gonna win. And I was like, okay, so we're gonna bet like $1.50, like pay out $16 if you get all of them right. And I'm like, okay. So he was like telling me to pick between 2 teams, and each one had like a reason, like why. There's like a silly one. He's like, okay, like Cardinals or the Eagles. And I was like, Cardinals because I like the color red. And I was like, so you knew nothing about, but I knew no get okay. Teams I was strictly basing it off like Hughelia Chrissy preferences, you know? Yeah. And I literally got every single one of them right. And one of them that I got right, we thought I lost because literally there was 3 seconds left in one of the games. Don't remember who was playing. There's 3 seconds left. Matt looked at it and he's like, oh, there's 3 seconds left. Like, they're down by this many. Like, they're not going to win. Like, you're out. It was the 3rd game out of the 5. And I was like, oh, darn it. Like, too bad. Then later on, he like opens his app again. He's like, wait, what? Like, they made a comeback in 3 seconds. They were able to get a field goal or something. I don't know. They kicked the ball. We don't even understand. I don't know what it is. Yeah, but they made a comeback. And then the last game was on at 8:20 until like 11 p.m. And I was like way too tired to watch it. I went to bed at halftime, and the Las Vegas Raiders were down, and that's what I was voting for. So I was like, oh, shoot. I woke up to go pee at like 11:30 in the game that was just finished, and Matt was still watching. He's like, they won. And I was like, no way. I'm like half asleep. I was like, go like 5 for 5, like big payout. I got all 5 freaking wow. Can't believe that. So how much? Okay, you said you paid like $1. We made like $17. Damn it! If only like anyone knew. If I bet even $10, we would have made a decent amount of money. This is how bet. This is how game. This is like I get like my trade. I already told Matt, I'm like, okay, what are we betting next? And he made a bet for you. He wants to win the Super Bowl. And then I said I want to bet $10 that the Dolphins will win because we love Braxton. Yeah. And they're doing pretty well. So I think they could do it. But yeah, gambling is amazing. I we give her. Made Matt's money. Oh my God, it's so funny. Honestly, you can even bet for like Love Island and things like that too. Yeah, I remember he did with this app too. He bet that Ron and Lana were going to win. And then they came in 3rd or 4th. Yeah, he got pretty close though. That's so cool. So funny. But yeah, that was so funny. Yeah, I really like Alix and Braxton, and yeah, they're so cute. Okay, let's talk about Alex Cooper's guests on her podcast tour. So the ones I'm loving, Sassy, yeah, love, so cool. I feel like Andy would have been a really good guest too. I feel like he would have spilled a lot of tea about all the housewives and just the Bravo world. Yes. And I think Dave Portnoy would have been funny too, yeah, just because they could have dished out like what actually happened with the deal. Because a lot of this stuff is like, obviously some people could like record the show, but most people aren't like recording the whole show, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, apparently one of the questions they talked about was like, what actually happened on the terrace, like on like the rooftop meeting or whatever. But they didn't put it out. Like they recorded a video and it started with a question, but then like ended. So anyway, I would just be curious to hear what. Me too. So she has, I think, one more left in the shadow. I think it's gonna be Lauren though. I don't know who it's gonna be. So I think Lauren's just been there the whole time. She's been in. Yeah. Same with Matt. Like they've just been there the whole time. Okay. I was watching this TikTok of this girl who was like, "This isn't my honest review of like the Unwild tour." She went to the Toronto show. Okay. And she was like, it was really good, but like she's like, the Nick guest made no sense. Like, why Canada? Like this was her early Canadian show. And like it was just Nick Lyle, like it didn't really make. Yeah, he's more from like the Bachelor world, which is so much more American. Yeah, so like she was just saying like it just would have made sense from a branding perspective to like have picked someone Canadian because it was your early Canadian show. Like maybe even someone who I don't know, is more relatable than this Nick guy. Like I only know about him. Yeah, like through his podcast, he had like interviews like people, but he's kind of like blah to me. Like, I don't know. I would have been disappointed if I paid all this money and these guys were like saucy and we got this guy. I'd be like, yeah, what the hell. I think then he was probably the worst guy of all. I think so too. The one I'd be least excited about. Yeah. Even though I don't like Harry Jowsey, to see Harry Jowsey and Alex Earl together, like that's pretty wild. It's cool. I'm surprised she combined them. Yeah, I mean, she would have easily just kept them separate. And apparently she got her private jet for Harry to go back to Dancing with the Stars, like, that night because he's still in Dancing with the Stars. Is he still? I thought he had lost. That's why he was on the show. And wow, it's wild. Yeah. So anyway, it's pretty cool. I mean, definitely, obviously, she does another tour so we can go. I would go. I would definitely go again. I also don't know how much money she made from this tour. I got so much. And is she paying the guests? Is she paying the guests? Is such a question because they're all really good friends and I feel like they're going to gain so much from this. But Yeah. I mean, like, if you're smart, you do it regardless. But like, I'm still gonna think about that. Like, you're selling out like 5,000 you're basically shows, and tickets were expensive. Then like the cheapest ticket I think was $200. So yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So anyway, what else? Hey, tell me about this Overcooked thing, because oh my god, we know I'm the sucker for a good game. Yes. So me and Praz were like, let's play. We've played this video game before, but we were like, hadn't played it in a while, and like we're just kind of like, let's play. We're kind of over watching TV. You know when you're kind of like over it and you just want to like play a game. Is this thing on Switch? No. You can play it on Switch. It's like you're cooking, so you're playing as a group, like with a partner. We playing this together at my house. I don't think so. Not that I remember. Really? Yeah. And then Matt set the whole restaurant on fire. No, I don't remember. No? Okay, never mind. Yeah, but that's the game though. Oh, right. Like you're making, so you have orders at the top, and then you have to like make the orders with your teammate, and you only have a certain amount of time to like complete each order, and you have to like, try to get as many orders in as possible. Yes. And then each level, like things change, like things, you have to like wash the dishes, and like, to let it. Oh my god, this game is so fun. So fun. I love this game. It's so much fun. You play with only 2 players? Yeah. Oh my god, I do. Would I look at that? Man, I be playing all the time now. It's so fun, and it's just funny because like obviously communication is key in this game. So you'd be like, I'm taking over this, like you do that. Yeah, and sometimes like shit would just hit the fan, and you're just laughing about it because it's just a freaking game. But yeah, you could see how it could turn, like be like, you're a chopping post, and then yelling at your partner. There was this one where like you had to go all the way around in order to get where you need to be, and we were playing with 4 people, and that's when like Matt is like was going around and around and around, just like knocking people over, like fucking everything up, and then literally the entire kitchen just like caught fire because like we were leaving stuff like on the stove, and like no one was getting because Matt is just like going around and around and around, and then I think like he caught fire, was just setting other things on fire. Oh, it was great. All we're just like dying of laughter. It was so funny. Yeah, running into each other is funny because you'd be like, get it away. And we were just like trying to cut your freaking lettuce. But honestly, guys, if you're like looking for like, if you're not like a video game type of person, this game is so fun for everyone. It's just a good time. It's called Overcooked. So good. Yeah, it's so good. Let's talk about the new iOS update. Yeah, I finally got it, and so did I this week. It's so good. It's so good. So now you can, for voice notes, it will like transcribe it, which is amazing. And it transcribes it perfectly. You know, so when you used to like get a voice note transcribed, and it was that you would text it a voice note, you're like, what the heck is this? Like, this makes no sense. Complete gibberish. So funny. And even voicemails now, like if you get a voicemail, it'll show like individually what they are versus like having to call and like listen and like, you know what I mean? That's amazing. Can we leave facemails now? Oh, right. Try FaceTiming me. Oh my god, let's try it. I'm gonna do that. Oh, record video. Yep. So and you can record a video, so little voicemail. That's so funny. Oh, that's so cool. Sick. I just saw that right now. Oh my god, that's so cool. And you can watch it before you send it too. I've been waiting for that for years. Yeah, for years. Drunken nights are gonna be funny though. Oh my god. Because you know how many times all drunk stuff is get. I'm so glad I'm in a happy, healthy relationship now. Imagine drunk face mails back in your early 20s. And these so and lady calls and they don't pick up. Yeah, I'm kind of happy this came out now. I learned all life. We're very happy about that. But that's sick. Yeah, I love that. Okay, one thing I will say though is my dad got the update for his watch and he hates it. Ooh, so don't update your watch, okay? Because you know, like if you swipe up on your Apple Watch, you can quickly press the Find My Phone where it beeps. Like that's the main thing. Crazy every day. Apparently, they got rid of that, and it's like really hard now. You have to like swipe up, you have to click this button, you have to get to this other spot, and it's like impossible to get to. He was showing it to me. He's like, honestly, do not update your watch. Not good. So I use that also PSN. That is so devastating. Another cool thing is if you do have an Apple Watch too, like it will automatically unlock your phone if they're close enough together. So you don't. Have you been noticing you've been entering your password? No, yeah, that's because your watch is unlocking your phone for you. Oh, yeah. See, there's so many things I haven't even like tapped into, I feel like, or like the contact sharing I haven't used yet, but haven't used that either. Yeah, that's really cool. So anyway, guys, get your update because it's honestly worth it. Yeah. I saw this video and it was talking about there's this thing called pandemic skip. Essentially, whatever age you entered the pandemic, is the age you are now, like what you think you are now, because you kind of like missed out on those years of being like, hey, I'm 29. No. Oh my God, it is 7? No. 6? 6? How old was I? 20. I was, how old am I now? Dear I'm 29. Yeah, so 26. Oh my God, it's CB. Dude, so that makes total sense why I don't feel 30, right? Pay for me. Oh my God, 29 forever. Yeah. So that is such a good point. Think about like teenagers and all these people who like the pandemic like actually impacted their lives to a point where like they were 16 and like now they're 19. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, but I felt bad for all the kids and in the pandemic. That was crazy, especially when I was in high school going to university and they lost prom, they lost frosh, like they lost such crucial years. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. It is. But now it kind of makes sense, like this whole pandemic skip thing, like whatever age you kind of like, you know what I mean? So that we were postponing your 30th birthday. No. And we can't do that. We get that. Oh, God. Okay, and then the last thing, actually, I saw this thing, it's called Humane, and it's launching this thing called the AI pin, okay? There's a video about it, and I'll post it on, like, the description. This video was kind of confusing. Essentially, it's this little pin that you attach to yourself, and it's, like, a little mini computer that has built-in AI in it. And I kind of understand where it's going, but the whole video, I was just like, what is this? Like, is it a piano? Is it a phone? Like, is it a pen? Is it a pen? Like, we don't really know what it is. At one point, he like pulls out his hand and it's like displaying his phone on his hand. And he's like, "Is his hand? Just his hand." It's like, what is it called? Like projecting it out of his hand. And he's like swiping through his hand. And so I didn't really understand if it was supposed to replace your phone. Cause if it is, that's kind of dumb. Cause I feel like I wouldn't want to use my hand as my phone. Like, hello. But then it was like also saying like, play this song, and it was like projecting the song from the pin. So it's also a speaker. Is that companies? And it's called Humane, Humane. Okay. And they like launched this pin thing, and yeah, it's like it uses open AI. So it uses like ChatGPT, it uses all these things in it. But I still don't understand like if it's a computer. Yeah, I feel like some stuff is such overkill. It was too much. Towards then, I was like, this is way too much. Like, yeah. But anyway, let me get my Apple glasses first, and then I'll get this pen. Because that's a lot. The technology is too much nowadays. It's like, I'm going to need like all these gadgets. Like where is it going to be in like 5-10 years? It's called like when we're really old. Like, you know, when you were watching like movies when you were a kid and like the technology was crazy and they were like using their hands to like, yeah, I see saying like in Marvel, like all those things. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's now. I like switch and like that's literally now. So now you're thinking like, whoa, what's gonna happen? Dude, I remember watching stuff on VHS and the film would get stuck and I'd be like rolling it, trying to watch The Lion King, like, what I'll like go back. Honestly, like crazy or DVDs. Like, remember like LimeWire trying to like listen to like 5 songs, you'd have to like illegally download that. I would use Kazaa. Do you remember Kazaa? No, that was another platform I would use too. To listen to music, or I would download the music, the songs from YouTube, and then upload it to a website to turn it into an MP3. Yep, and then burn a CD, and you would listen to a CD like on repeat until you then had time to go make another CD. Like, insane. Nowadays, you can listen to any song at any time. Search it. We're so lucky. We're in the best time. Like, again, because they're truly spoiled now. They are. They won't know. They won't understand what we went through. It's crazy. Yeah, we just ask Google. Ask Google literally anything. Oh, my God, crazy. Okay, let's go into actually some random stuff, because did you hear about how BC, like, banned Airbnb? Okay, is this stuff, like, they officially banned Airbnb? They officially banned Airbnb. It's crazy. And so where's everyone going to stay when we want to go visit all of our Vancouver friends? I have no idea. Airbnb's kind of falling apart, though. Yeah, ends up like their full company. I know. Italy's also seizing about $835 million from Airbnb because they failed to pay taxes. Like, that's fucked. Like, should we book hotels for our Italy trip? Or what's the competitor called for Airbnb? I can't remember. We were talking about it with Kate. Yeah. Uso? No, something. I can't remember. There's a competitor. We'll look it up for next episode, but Airbnb has a competitor that is up and coming, obviously, because now Airbnb is seeming to crash and burn. And what surprised you, it is even before this was all, like, things were getting banned and they owed a bunch of money, they're just getting so expensive. Like, before it's like, oh, it's your Airbnb, like, we'll save so much more money compared to a hotel. But now it's like, wait, Airbnbs are getting just as expensive, if not more. And with a hotel, you get so many more little benefits. I remember he like got a really big Airbnb. I can't remember if it was in Squamish or somewhere in Vancouver, or maybe just a cottage mentor recently. And there was like 12 of us staying there, but they gave us like 2 rolls of toilet paper. And we're like, wait, what? Like, where's all the toilet paper? Oh my God. And if you think about like affordable housing and stuff, like all these Airbnb owners are buying these houses and they're just vacant and they're just being used for Airbnbs, whereas they could be housing for people. Like, there's not enough housing, especially in BC. I think that's the main reason why they banned that. We're gonna wow, because there was just like the demand for housing is so high. There's not enough on the market, and then pricing of housing is so expensive for those that are available. Yeah, there's Airbnbs, and then there are also just like the ghost, like ghost apartments where these investors would come buy these amazing condos, amazing properties, and then no one was living there, just fully empty. So crazy. Okay, let's talk about sniffing, because I can't sniff, but I was trying to do a cool segue. Anyway, let's talk about dogs and sniffing. So I want to know, when you bring Noah for a walk, like, is she a big sniffer? Or so she sniffs everything? She sniffs every day, every single day. I'm like, okay, we gotta go. Yeah, and like, we're on a little time constraint here. Stark's the same. He always sniffs like all the time. And I feel like obviously a lot of dogs do that. And I feel like we often probably want to rush them because we're trying to, walk them during a certain time where we're busy, we got somewhere to be. But it's so important to let your dog sniff. And I always sort of knew this, but I didn't really understand why it's important. And so it's just really beneficial for their mental well-being, their physical well-being. The equivalent of them sniffing for 20 minutes would be the equivalent of an hour-long, like, physical walk. Whoa. So when they're sniffing, I remember there was that series on Netflix about, it's just like random things you should know. And there was one about dogs and they're sniffing. And when they smell on the ground, they can literally tell, like, if the dog peed, they can tell, like, the gender, like, if the dog's aggressive, if they've met the dog before, how old the dog is, like, is it a boy, is it a girl, are they he, just like all these things. Yeah, I call it like P-mail. I'm not gonna like email, it's like P-mail. Anyway, there's this good analogy they were saying, like, imagine someone like takes you, like a human, to an art gallery, but they blindfold you. So it's like you wouldn't get to enjoy like anything around you. That would be like what it's like for your dog if you take it on a walk and then they'll let it sniff and you're just pulling it along. They're seeing all these things, but they're not getting able to feel with it because they're not sniffing. Oh my God, that's so cool. I definitely knew that sniffing is like a really good brain stimulation, because I've heard that if you take your dog, let's say you take the same route every day and you're walking the same route, so they encourage you to take different routes if you're trying to get your dog like mentally stimulated and tired. Because if you bring your dog on different routes, there's new scents, it's a new environment. Oh, it's so true. So your dog is more likely to be tired at the end of your walk versus if you just do your regular route. Whenever we bring Stark somewhere new, he is like, you could tell, like, so fired up, because we can like walk him in our neighborhood off leash because he's just used to like what's around him. There's nothing like too crazy. Like, he'll sniff here and there. Like, I'm sure it's still enjoyable, but when he goes somewhere brand new, like, he's like, holy shit, like, what is this? Like, what is this place? Where it smells? You could tell he's just genuinely so excited. So cool. It's just so interesting. Like, dogs are so fascinating. Even like letting them smell inside your mouth, apparently they can tell and you're sick. They'll like, apparently that's a thing. So wolves, like, we watch a lot of documentaries about wolves because we're just so interested, because like Nova kind of looks like a wolf, and not that, or I forget, well, yeah, they'll keep from wolves. And so that's how, so wolves greet each other by licking inside their mouth. That's just like how they greet each other. That's how they say hello. But they also know when another wolf is sick or like feeling upset based on the smells in their mouth. And they've done like, I'll look at the exact research, but they've looked at dogs and smelling humans' mouths, and they found that like they can kind of detect different things. Like if a human is sick or they're sad or upset, like our mouths apparently smell different. So it's just we have like infection on your throat, sure, yeah. never seen to like how they trained up dogs to sniff out like drugs or just like bombs and just like do all these amazing things, like crazy. Which they're little snoops. Yeah. Like, they're so smart. They're so smart. You don't deserve that. I know, honestly. We don't, we're babying that nonsense. People were like coming for us after that baby, or if you're a baby girl or being a dog or a puppy girl, and they were saying like, well, I'm a cat girl. I was like, well, they're like, no, I was terrible. I'm not kidding. Some girls like, I'm a bird girl, not right there. Wait, no, I didn't admit. And I'll use it at that. Man, birds live for way too long as pets. Like, one of my old coworkers had a pet parrot, and they lived to be like 80. How would a pet parrot? Like, you just let it run? Did you just let it fly around your house? I don't know, but this was during COVID, and we were doing virtual learning, and so she would like have her Google Meet on, and you would just hear like in the background, and I didn't know she had a bird yet. I was like, see the bird. I was like, what? I'm like, is everything okay? She's like, oh, it's just my parrot. And I'm like, why do you have a parrot? Like, let's unpack that right now. You can't just say that was my parrot and move on to the next day and be like, yeah, hold on. I'm like, wait a second. And it was someone like, you would look at this person, you would never think like, oh yeah, they have a parrot. like, what is the description of someone that owns a parrot? I don't know, but remember you went on a plane once and someone brought like an emotional support animal and it was a parrot? They had a freaking bird in their tree. What did she look like? Was she so good? Like a bougie. No, it was like a mom and his son, and the son was probably like a late teenager. And she was like, they looked like normal people, and they looked like bougie, and like they had some like designer stuff on them. So I'm like, where are you going with this rich ass bird? Like, can you adopt me? Can I be your bird? Like, oh, you know, that's so funny though. Yeah. Like, where was I going for that? I think I was going to Regina or something. I mean, you were going to Regina. Yeah. It's fun. Cool. Back in the day. Go listen to that episode, you guys. And I can't remember what it was called, but it was one of the OG. Like, our second or third episode. Yeah. Go back into the vault for that one. So funny though. Like, if you're a bird person, what was? Well, like, if you have rodents, like hamsters and rats, and I'm not gonna lie, though, growing up, I had like guinea pigs and stuff because I wasn't allowed to have like a dog or other pets. But like, yeah, it's so weird. I had like hamsters. Honestly, a lot of my friends had hamsters. I think my parents were just like anti-pet unless like then we got our dog and they're like, okay. I can't believe I was actually like, that's so gross to me. I'm like, that's like a rodent. That's like a rodent. I told you that to before. I had two hamsters named Jack and Jill. Oh my god, they're cute. And then Jack killed Jill. Please no. So this is so traumatizing. Went to my came home and Jack. So apparently Jack literally slaughtered Jill. And apparently after a certain amount of time, we're supposed to separate males and females. And didn't know that. This went the hard way. And a guy that smart didn't give me a briefing. He's like, here you go. Here's Jill. And I started coming home, being like, kill Jill. Was like dead. Was like just like she was like slaughtered. Yeah, it was a crime scene. Yeah, and then I didn't have any more hamsters. That's right. That was it. Jill had to go to like a psych ward, so then she went away. Or no, she went away. Jack had to go to a psych ward, and then Jack, oh my god, and then Jack ended up escaping, and he ended up like getting caught in one of the like beds and like just dying. Yeah. Your friend's like, no more animal. This is evil. It's okay, you waited for the best animal. Oh, yeah, sorry. Can I be an angel? Yeah, I'm not a hamster person, and it's super weird. I had fish growing up. I had a lot of fish. Yeah, we had an aquarium. I was like that girl from the Finding Nemo whenever I watched it. No, it's like poking with betting. What kind of fish did we have? We had all different types. So at first we had just like goldfish, but then we got like a heater and like had like angelfish and clownfish. Like a big tangy. Yeah, it was a pretty big tank. Gosh. There's this one house on our street that from their living room you can see this massive fish tank, and then they have a bunch of boats, like almost like ships, like replicas on top. It's like a little fish tank, like so dirty. Honestly, that's the thing. Like my dad always had to clean it. There's so much algae on it. It looks disgusting. Every time I look by, I'm like, you need to clean your fish tank, guy. Yeah, like why are you cleaning it? It's really gross. Yeah, wild. That's so fun. And my dog. Everyone had those weird pets growing up. Like, you're a fish girl, and I was a fish girl. I have to look at us now. Yeah, at least we're not bird people. Yeah, never. Oh my God. Okay, did you hear about WeWork filing for bankruptcy? What's going on in the world, guys? First, Airbnb is crashing. Now WeWork, which is crazy because WeWork seemed like such an amazing idea. So I looked into it. I listened to this podcast, and you guys should go listen to it. It's called the All In Podcast. It's like a really good podcast. But they had a specific episode, and they were talking about WeWork, and they talked about how they spent all their money. It's a really good company, except for they spent a lot of their money renovating the spaces to make them like these beautiful places that are going to be nice to work in. And also they're bound by these leases that now, with like the way that the economy is going and leases are like dropping and things like that, they're bound in these leases that are way over budgeted. Like they're like, I think this isn't a crazy number, like billions of dollars in leases, and they're like in these contracts. So they're filing for bankruptcy. And like the whole company is going up for auction. And they were saying, like they were talking about this, how whoever buys the company now is going to make so much money. The reason being the renovations are already done. Yeah. When you file for bankruptcy, the way that it works is you can renegotiate all your leases because you filed for bankruptcy. So you can go back to all of your different office spaces and essentially say, either we're dumping this office space because the location is trash and it's not bringing enough revenue, or okay, the office space is okay, like it's bringing up some revenue, so we're going to talk to the landlord and come up with a different way of how we're going to pay them, like a more like every time we get paid, you get paid, like a different approach. Or third, we could be like, okay, we love this office space, it's a really good location, we're just going to pay you less like for our lease. So they are able to make these renegotiations because they filed for bankruptcy. So they say who is interested in purchasing. They were literally like, should we buy it? Like, well, they were like going through it. Like, should I buy this company? The Kardashians are going to buy it. Honestly, they were saying how whoever buys it is going to make so much money, but it's just the initial investment was so high that it just, they don't have any more capital left. They have no more money. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But imagine being those CEOs of that company and then this happening. That is so. But also, like, they were talking about how like San Francisco is literally a ghost town right now because because a lot of these tech companies went virtual when the pandemic happened, and now like people are going back to the office. Like even at Shopify, where they had this office here in Ottawa, which was so beautiful. Just when as a Mary Sloan in Ottawa, we would go and work at the Shopify office, and it was amazing. So the fact that isn't a thing anymore because now all these tech people are living all across the world. And so when WeWork, exactly, all right, where are they going to go? So now they're saying like, it's hard for them to then tell them, okay, guys, come back to San Francisco where the rent is so expensive. The cost of living is so expensive. And now CEOs are saying, screw office space. We're actually saving like 20% of like money that we could be spending in other ways instead of just like paying for an office space. So San Francisco right now, like they were saying, real estate, like commercial real estate, like is vacant. Like, wow, they're trying to see if they can turn like the commercial real estate into living homes for people, but it's too difficult because think of an office like it has barely any windows, and like it's just it's so true, massive space, live in a cubicle, like it doesn't make sense for living. So it's just a ghost town right now, apparently, living in San Francisco. Crazy. That is insane. There's nowhere to go to stay if the Airbnbs are. People say, you can't work anywhere, it's gone. And the prices of houses are ridiculous because interest rates are so high. Like, what the freak is happening? I don't know, man. Yeah, the economy's just falling apart. Anyway, it is insane. Okay, tell me about this. Most languages spoken by one person. Okay, yeah, try and guess. Yes. The most languages spoken. So this is a single person. So this is fluently. So this person that I'm going to say is alive, but there's been people who have known more languages that are dead. Okay. But right now, currently, the person that knows the most languages, and there's apparently a test, so you have to be fluent enough to talk to a person who's fluent, and then they have to like approve that you know the language, apparently. It's a whole thing. Okay. Yeah. 47. Very close. 59. Wow. Yeah. The frick? I know, 59 languages. And I didn't think I could name 59 languages. Dude, that's what I was like, out to my head, I'd be dead on the floor. Dude, that's what I said. And apparently how they do this test, it's a crazy test, is they find one person that's fluent in that language, or like maybe one person knows multiple languages, and they actually like sit down and they do an exam with that person. And they have to say like, yes, they passed that language. Okay, next. And then the next person comes. And the guy's name is Ziad Fazah. He was born in Liberia, brought up in Beirut, and then now living in Brazil. So he's traveled a lot, clearly. So that clearly has a lot to do with it. But even he knowing has a lot of like, I want to see his Duolingo stream. That like earlier is it's amazing. He's like added. He has more languages than Duolingo offers. So like he's capped out. Holy shit, that's so impressive. I don't know languages, 2 languages, seriously. Well, 3. I put working on. I got my 11-day streak today. Oh, let's go. Everyone like 20. Oh my god, that's good for you. Yeah, we're gonna go fluent, but. I can't wait. Okay, maybe should we jump in? Can we just get a little show time? Because I just want to do a quick Love Island Games update. If you don't watch it, guys, I'm sorry, but a lot happens in a week. That's 7 episodes. So I just want to touch base with Romina about it. Yes, and I haven't watched episode 11. So okay, watch episode 10. Okay, if you haven't watched episode 10 and you're planning on watching it, maybe skip. We'll maybe I can just add where to skip to or something. We'll skip one of the times down. Yeah. Episode 10. Crazy. Is that when Toby went home? So that was, I think, episode 8 and then, or 9. A lot happens. Okay. So first of all, wait, I remember 10 now. Go. I just don't want to say something you haven't said, but I'm pretty sure 10 is when I did the recoupling. Yeah. And then there was a new girl that came, the new girl, 3 bombshells came, Courtney, who talks like this. She's like, oh, really? She's like so nice, but she goes like I can't do a voice. I didn't much. She must be a really nice girl, maybe, but like from like the 30 minutes I got of her, I was over it. I was like, yeah, this girl needs to go. But she is so attractive that all the boys want her. And when she picked Johnny, and then she says, Johnny is like a little puppy in a candy store. Like anyone who walks in, like, can you imagine dating this guy? I mean, never date him. I mean, not. Yo, when he was literally laying on the bed with Jess, and he's like, I really like you, like blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay, I'll talk to you later. Literally gets up, goes to Courtney and says, I've been waiting for you to walk through the door this whole time. Like, da-da-da-da. I was like, dude, what? Like, you are so shady. Dude, so shady. Like, I get he was open, so fun, whatever, but it was just like the fact that he went from literally one bed to the next. And I feel like he finds a way to get out of every situation. When like Jess like talks to him and he's like, no, you're not really mad. He laughs and she like giggles a bit and it's like, he just always smooth. He did the sweet toss her and he's sweet thing and sweet sauce. I don't think he's probably the type of guy that will stay single his whole life. Because he just can't commit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or be commit, so cheat on you. Yeah. That's Johnny. And then Jess is just, I feel like she's getting kind of like desperado embarrassing a little bit. Like she just, I don't know. It's too much. If I was her, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to like talk to the other guy and make him a little jealous. Yeah, she's too much. Like, why doesn't he like me? Why not pretty enough? Like, I was like, known him for 6 days. Literally, it's been like 10 days. The whole thing has been hitting out. I'm so excited. I'm assuming they're still going to do a cast somewhere. Oh, 100%. And I'm so excited. I don't know how that's going to work though, because like, it's like games, like, are they just gonna be like couple up with whoever you want? Like, I have no idea. This season, I really don't know. I will say I kind of wish that the challenges were a little bit more intense. Like sometimes I'm like, these challenges are kind of similar to what they were doing in the challenges. Yeah, that's true. The duels are really intense though. Like, man, the duels, like that's pure strength. Like that's tough. Like the wrestling one, yeah, that one was. It's pretty obvious who was gonna win. Yeah, I don't know. That's like tug of war. I'm like, anyway, I was like 90 pounds. Like, yeah, she was gonna win that one. Yeah, but no, it's a really good season. It's a commitment, but honestly, it's fun to just like have a show that you're watching every night. It's so fun. It's really fun, and we're all watching it as like a group, so we can all talk about it. Yeah, which is nice. I watched 11 while eating dinner tonight. So I watch it tonight. Let me know when you watch it. It's so fun so far. Okay. Kate, do you remember John and Kate plus 8? Oh my God, I actually do. Do you remember they had that show? They had the sextuplets, but they also had like they had the twins at the beginning. Then she got pregnant with 6. So they had 8. Yes. And she is like one of the most annoying human beings in the world. So they got a divorce. It's back in like 2009 or 10. Yeah. Okay. The children now are 19. Just put that into perspective. When we were watching this, they were babies. Yeah. And now they're 19. And apparently Kate had full custody of all 8 kids. And now because they're 18, they turned 18, they can like decide if they want to see their dad. But only 2 of them have been in contact with their dad. And really, the other 6 just don't like him. We don't know what happened. I couldn't figure it out, but there's some tea. That's interesting because I would have thought the opposite because of like other injuries I've seen. There's just one clip I have to post it if we're talking about her, where like literally all he's doing is sitting there breathing. And then she's literally, have you seen this bed? No. And she's literally just like, can you not? You're just keep going like, he was like, shut up. And he's just like, he's sleeping, you know what he is? It's like she got the ick from it. Yeah. And then it was, you know, when you get the ick from someone and they could be doing absolutely nothing and you're like, oh, can't you stop? Can you stop breathing so over there? He probably honestly, nothing get past him. He probably cheated on her or something. And she's probably like, I birthed 8 children. Like, I don't know what's happening down there, but it's probably not great. Yeah, it's crazy. 8 kids. Like, I remember that there was a picture of her with the 6 and her stomach was like, she definitely like tummy tuck or something afterwards, right? Or 100%. Yeah, that's crazy. But it was a pivotal reality TV time. I just would be so interested if they did like a little John people say, where are they now? Where are they now? And like interviewed all the kids. Like, are the kids on social media? Like, I haven't checked. Like, oh my God, they have TikTok. Like, probably. Who doesn't? Yeah. Wow, maybe unlocked. But also, speaking of old shows, I saw that they're going to be doing a Zoe 102 movie. Weird. Yeah. So like Jamie. Yeah, Spears is gonna she's always been is she on Dancing with the Stars? Yeah. She was weird. She's not peaked in Zoe 101. Zoe 101 was her baby. That's so funny. Did you hear they're making a Mean Girls too? No. Yeah. I know it. Talked about this. I think we talked about they're going to make a sequel and we know it's not going to be that good. I just don't want to do it, guys, because then it's like, it's just going to ruin it. Yeah. And then it's just going to make people that haven't seen Mean Girls be like, this is stupid. Like, I don't want to watch the first one. And I'm like, no, like, that's literally such an iconic movie. And you haven't seen Mean Girls? I'm just like thinking about this the other day, like, Mean Girls, like, you're actually missing out. It's so funny. Even for guys, it's so funny. I'm going to say, if you haven't seen Mean Girls, red flag. Yep. Nope, I agree with that. If you don't know the meeting of October 3rd, oh my gosh, you're in with the staff room on October 3rd this year. This one of my coworkers is like, it's October 3rd, like making our friends to Mean Girls. And then this other teacher, she was like, I don't get it. I'm like, oh, like Mean Girls, like it's October 3rd. She's like, oh no. And I'm like, she probably owns a bird. You're like, is the same bird saying oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, let's go into let's do a little table talk. Wow, about table talk, right? Table talk. Just said this table talk, tabloid talk. Did you hear about? Okay, so there was just an episode on the Kardashians where her hairstylist Chris Appleton gets married, and it's honestly such a heartwarming episode. The guy's a lot younger. Let's just put that out there. He's like in his 20s. Yeah, he's like 40. Yeah. So that's a little bit weird. But anyway, they get like married in Vegas. Shania Twain performs, and it was actually really heartwarming. Kim says sheets them like it was a beautiful little. I just watched it on TV. I teared up when Shania Twain came out. I was like, oh, this is so cute. They just filed for divorce like 2 days after that episode came out. Do you think that she was like, don't file yet, wait until the episode comes out? I was gonna say 2 things. One, they definitely were waiting for the episode to come out, like 1,000,000,000%. And literally, they got divorced a few days later. 2, how dare they disrespect Shania Twain like that? I hope she gets compensated for wasting her effing time. 7 months. They couldn't even make it a year. It was 7 months. Like, Miss Shania Twain serenades you and you get a divorce 7 months later. The funny thing is, Graham was like, hey, if I can give you one piece of advice, prenup. Yeah, I'm saying, they listen. Pope said, what is the guy, like, who's the other guy? I have no idea. No, he looks like a baby. He is a baby. He's like 20 years old and he's like really bad. What else is happening in the tabloids? We talked about Alix and Braxton. I think that's Kourtney Kardashian had her baby. Oh my God, I know a little boy, right? Yeah, a little boy, and his name I'm just forgetting, but I know that it was something. We're gonna look it up right now. God forbid they give one of their children a normal ass name. So they introduced their baby. The baby's name's Rocky. I had a dog named Rocky. All I can say today is that it just doesn't go. It's so clear with the aesthetic of Kourtney change. Like, you have Penelope, you have Mason, you have Ray, and then Rocky. Rocky's a pet name, like an animal. It just doesn't. I don't like what the other names. Just like her aesthetic doesn't go with like what it was before. She clearly changed her whole vibe. And Rocky, and yeah, so sorry, not. What's his? Do we know the middle name? No. Rocky something Barker, Kardashian, or Rocky 13 Barker. His middle name is 13. Yeah. Hi. What the hell, man? I mean, he played the drums at her delivery. I heard this, like to the heartbeat of the baby for a really long time. Yeah, I don't know. And then he was pissed off. So I was doing that. Shut up. What about? This is just so different. Like, is there so they brought drums in the delivery room? Imagine they were just like trying to deliver this baby, and he's like, "Oh, where should I put this? Where should I bring this?" And they're like trying to bring a snare drum into the middle and an ace drum into the delivery room, and the doctor's like, "Excuse me, like I need some room here. No drums allowed." Yeah, that's crazy. I am happy that she had a happy and healthy baby because there was definitely a bit of a scare there. She was super high risk. Yes. And hopefully now, like, she's good. No more kids. Just raise your children you have now. It's funny. I'm actually watching, like, when I'm bored, I've been watching the really old episodes of the Kardashians because I've never watched the old seasons before. And I'm watching, like, season 6. So it's quite a long time ago. Like, Mason is literally, like, 2 years old. Crazy. It's so crazy how much Kim's voice has changed. How much Kylie and Kendall have changed. Like, they were, like, white back then. And now they look, like, different. Like, Melly started, like, beautiful, like, young skin. And I'm like, wait, you were, like, white. Like, I know what's going on. I know you've been Armenian, but, like, what? It's crazy. And I was thinking, someone posted this the other day. They're like, Kris Kardashian, or Kris Jenner, sorry, is going to die in her lifetime. And, like, if we're going to see that unfold. And, like, that is so crazy to think about. Kris Jenner dying. She's, like, 68 or 69. So it's just, I feel like she'll be kicking around to, like, close to 100. But stuff like her mom is, like, maybe MJ is, like, 85, I'm going to say. So, yeah. So she'll be around, but it'll be around. It's going to be crazy. Like, can you imagine that episode? Not very really, the sponsors, I can believe that. But, okay, that was a fun episode. So crazy. I still feel like I have a little bit of brain fog out of getting through it. Definitely still have brain fog. And you're stuffy, so you're just like, I'm just unwell. I'm unwell, but we'll be back at it next week. I'm actually going to Montreal this weekend. So if you guys want to see the list, I'll be in Montreal. Can't wait. We have so much to talk about next week. Okay, we love you guys. Bye.